Heyo, and welcome back to Wonderlands gamers. In today's video, we're going over how you can max out your crystals in the Chaos Chambers, plus the two current methods of how you can actually max them out to the cap of 36,000 crystals in a singular run, solo or multiplayer. That way you can buy as many legendaries as you want from the Chaos Bunnies at the end. First of all, there is multiple different kinds of Chaos Chamber runs. There is normal and extended, both of them are just randomized rooms and bosses, and give you 20% bonus crystals for completing them. There is also a Chaos Trial, which if you complete this at the current highest Chaos level you've unlocked, it'll unlock an extra level each time until you hit the max Chaos level available. This also gives you 20% bonus crystals. And then the final one currently available is the Featured Run, which is a set room and boss run set by Gearbox on a weekly basis. Currently, it doesn't give you bonus crystals, but this might change depending on what week you're trying to farm the Chaos Chamber. Next, we have Curses. This is where the huge crystal gain comes in. The Dragon Lord gives the option of 2 different curses at the end of the first room of each run, as well as any round started by going through a Dragon Lord portal. There's 3 different tiers of curses, and they all negatively affect your game some way. The first one is Easy Curses, that gives a bonus 30% crystals, Medium gives 60% bonus, and Hard gives 120% bonus. And then all of these increase the chance of an enemy to drop crystals by 25%, because not all enemies drop crystals in the Chaos Chamber. Most are pretty manageable with a good build, particularly given the payout you get in return. The ones I'd recommend against using for anybody though, because they're just blatantly broken, are Frozen Vengeance, aka the little cryo ball that follows you around everywhere, spamming novas at you. Because aside from that just being honestly horrible, sometimes it's just immune to damage, just completely, so just avoid that one. Outdam Dot is also pretty bad. It reduces elemental damage by 80%, and Toothless reduces critical hit damage by 75%. Those two aren't actually broken, it just destroys all of your damage output and isn't worth the payout in return. The rest are worth it though, at least in my opinion, and can seriously increase your crystal drop rates, especially when you pair like 2 hard curses together. You're at 240% bonus crystals. Next, we have the portals you can choose. Like I said, the Dragon Lord one will result in you getting more curses, which if you're trying to max out crystals and your build can take it, you want to choose these every single time they appear. There's also Butt Stallion portals. These give random blessings in the form of a few extra randomly assigned skill points. Only choose this if you're struggling with a run because you won't get more crystals from it. There's also a Crystal Chest portal, which will give you an extra crystal ball at the end of your run on top of the 2 smaller ones you always get, which when broken, gives you more crystals. This one is the one I prioritize when there's no Dragon Lord portals or if I just can't take any more curses on that particular run. There is also a 4th one, which is a Gear Chest, which can award you with gear, but I personally don't think it's worth it in any situation. Just go for more crystals so you can spend it on the bunnies at the end. You can also spend some of your crystals to make any portal an elite encounter, which means all the enemies in the next room will be considerably stronger, sometimes up to 6 or 7 levels higher than you, but in return drop considerably more crystals almost every time. Again, if your build can take it, it is worth it to make all encounters elite, because if you're collecting curses, your crystal drop rates will be considerably higher than the cost to make it an elite run. Then we have a few smaller bonuses, which are still good. In most maps is 1 to 2 floating purple crystals. Break those, it'll spawn an elite enemy, regardless of what portal you went through previously. They'll drop a decent amount of crystals each. There's also up to 3 skulls on each map with glowing eyes. Shoot those, it'll release a colored beam, which will lead you to a container, which you can interact with to drop you even more crystals. Typically about 100 crystals, which 3 containers per map over multiple maps does add up to a decent amount. There is also 4 raid bosses which can be spawned via their own colored symbols, then defeated for additional crystals. These symbols can be found in random rooms throughout your run, typically close to the portal. When you find one, interact with it and you'll have to do one of 3 things. For the yellow symbol, aka the large rock slug raid boss, it'll spawn a glowing rock, shoot it, and destroy it, as well as the orb inside it before the orb blinds you with its spinning beam. For the blue symbol, it'll actually spawn 2 different things, a large blue orb and in a different location, a blue platform on the ground with 3 ice spheres. You and your whole team, if you're in co-op, need to stand on this platform, then one of the small spheres will grow larger and follow the closest player to it. You will have to then lead the ice sphere all the way to the orb, the big blue orb in the different location, without shooting it or it hitting anything or anyone. Once it is close to the orb, then you can shoot it, creating a large ice spike effect. Symbols will appear and the tentacle raid boss will spawn at the end of your run. For the final symbol, the green one, aka Barkenstein, the very damage resistant doggo, he'll spawn a mushroom, climb on it to activate a shooting time trial. It spawns a bunch of brown balls into the air and you'll have to shoot them in order of which one is glowing. There's multiple different rounds and there is more balls and rounds if you're in multiplayer. You just have to shoot them in order without missing, which is a little wonky sometimes, and without them hitting the ground. If you fail any of these trials, don't stress immediately. You actually get 2 more attempts per run If you failed the mushroom one, it'll just teleport to a new location and you'll try again. Same situation with the yellow rock, it'll just teleport somewhere else. And with the blue frozen orbs, just go back to the original platform and you'll take the second orb and then the third orb. If you fail all three, then you will fail. You'll have to try again on your next Chaos Chamber run. But if you successfully do all three raid bosses in one run, the fourth raid boss will be waiting for you at the end, aka the Maker, which is by far the healthiest out of all of them, but if defeated, you get even more crystals. You can do everything in this video solo, by the way, I did, but if you are in a group, you typically get more crystals. I don't know if there's a stated bonus somewhere that says how much you get extra for being in co-op, but you definitely do get more. And if you are looking for a group to run some Chaos Chambers with, I do have a Discord community with channels for that, linked below if you're interested. The final way and the 2 guaranteed ways to get maximum crystals, which I found out was 36,000 this week, after that they just despawn as they hit the ground, is farming either Chums, the new DLC boss, or Zomboss in your run, which of course doesn't happen every run because there's randomized rooms and portals, but if you happen to get them in your Chaos Chamber, you hit the jackpot. After defeating them the first time, the portal will appear to lead to the next room, but don't enter it. Instead, down yourself with an explosive weapon of some kind, or there is a fire pit in the arena you can use as well. This will spawn you at the top of the fight without losing lives, because you have technically completed the round. Both of these bosses will respawn with you, allowing you to farm them literally as long as you can be bothered doing it. They'll both drop crystals and loot with every farm, depending on how many curses and stuff you took for that particular run. Changes how much they'll drop per farm, so if you have a ton of curses, they'll drop more each time. But either way, you can literally just keep farming until you hit the crystals cap, which in my experience is 36,000. Let me know if you guys have seen more than that, but that's the most I could. Otherwise, they just keep despawning on the ground the second they spawned. Then once you have all the crystals you can carry, literally just leave like normal through the portal and just enjoy the copious amount of legendaries you get from the Chaos Bunnies. If you guys did enjoy the video, feel free to subscribe down below. It is much appreciated. I also have a Twitch I stream to every night just after I post the videos. If you're interested, it is linked down below. I'll also have the video right here if you guys want to max out your loot luck so you get even more legendaries. And other than that, I hope you guys have a fantastic day. Until next time, gamers, adios.